Hello, I'm John Warvick from Education Futures in Minnesota. I received 3 great questions from our friends and colleagues in Cordoba. The first question is, if the late 20th century education created bureaucrats and soldiers, what do our students need today? The second question is, how should the asymmetrical relationship between teacher and student be within this new paradigm, but things are not traded? And the third question is, that students can learn naturally through co-constructive collaboration, but how do we as adults who are responsible for students in the classroom learn together? These are really difficult questions that I don't have any simple solutions or quick answers to. I think it'd be very silly to think that I or any single person would have the right fixes or, these sort of quick solutions. Rather, I strongly believe that we really need to come together to build a collective capacity to transform learning. I see many great examples around the world. For example, I think that looking into Sudbury-type education or Sudbury-type democratic schools can especially help us explore the pathways to co-constructive learning, which relates to the third question. But I think that we need to go deeper still, and we need to look into much more basic questions. As educational leaders, as teachers, as students, and parents, I think that before we answer how we will transform learning, we need to get back to the basics. We need to understand what we're educating for, why do we do it, and for whom do we serve. At the beginning of this year, I released a statement that has been sparking a lot of conversation around the world. It's about principles for building positive education futures by simply evolving learning. And the document is called Manifesto 15, and it's a public declaration of a vision for education futures. After I completed a draft, I invited others to join reviewing, editing, and also to add their names as co-authors. And so at this point, we're a group of 33 scholars, teachers, artists, designers, thinkers, and even medical doctors who signed the original document, and many hundreds more have also added their signatures onto it. I mean, it's been read and discussed by thousands of people, signed by many, and volunteers around the world have so far translated it into 18 languages, and more on the way. So the document's posted at manifesto15.org. Again, we don't pretend to have any of the right answers for transforming education, and the document's really intended to serve as a snapshot of what we have learned. So it's a manifesto in the truest sense that it's a statement of principles for taking action, and it's not a prescriptive list of solutions. Some of the ideas presented originated the Minovate conversations that were hosted by the Minnesota Association of School Administrators last year, where we connected with communities and into a broader discussion, again, going back to these basic questions. Others are backed by research that we've conducted the past few years, including in the Aprendizaje Invisible project and also in Nomad Society. So the cool thing is that this is a conversation that we all own, and we recognize that not all of us will agree with every item that's in the manifesto. So we hope that you can take this document as a starting point and build in your own ideas or create a new manifesto with your own ideas. We learned that we can build a collective capacity to evolve learning, but this really involves building a tremendous amount of trust from all of us to realize these visions. And we need to challenge our assumptions that our learning systems are built on. So getting back to basics, we need to understand why, how, what, and for whom we're educating. So I invite you to join me exploring these answers to these key questions, either in person or virtually. And please sign and share Manifesto 15. It's available online at manifesto15.org. Thanks for the questions.